Norway. Great game, some would say. Came with some controversy. Guess why? Take a wild guess why there was controversy. VAR stepped in. VAR stepped in to disallow yet another goal for what some would say is a slight push during a corner kick. If you want to ask for my opinion, these are grown men. And you cannot sit here and tell me that grown man didn't fall to the floor to sell contact to the referee or whoever was watching on a camera. I'm almost sure England gets to the header off the corner, which goes back to Norway. They get it on goal, saved, and the rebound goes in. The defender's up on the floor, or up on his feet at this point. I don't even think the ball was near the guy. Does it matter? He went to the floor. They VAR reviewed it. It got disallowed. I think it was stupid. I think this is stupid because this is the exact thing that people were talking about is like simulation. Oh my God, there's not enough contact for him to fall to the ground. Give him a card. This is the type of shit people were arguing like a few days ago. Like there's not enough contact for this fall. What the fuck are we doing? You're a grown man. But this is a tactical thing a lot of players do. A lot of players sell contact to the referee no matter what. It's pretty much almost every foul. The players are trying to sell this contact to the referee by falling to the ground. And we can argue all day on whether this was or wasn't a foul after my last stream looking into the rules and why VARs decide to review stuff. Sure, they reviewed the fucking thing. They thought it was a clear and obvious error from the central referee. He went to check, decided it was a foul. Do I think it was worth the fucking callback? No, but that doesn't matter. That's just my opinion. This grown man fell to the ground, got the call he wanted to get. This is the same thing that happened on the first goal, except the referee didn't want to check that shit because he knew there wasn't enough contact for there to be a fucking foul. Harry Kane was like, nah, check the cameras. I lost the ball. I got fouled. They are like, no, fuck you. He was like, no, fuck you. And the goal stood. The central referee, I feel like he could have just been like, fuck off. But the VAR team thought he made a clear and obvious error. They called it back. So let's go to Norway's leading goal being disallowed to England's leading goal being counted because it looked fair. Norway was pleading to the referee that the keeper's kick hit off the top of some cable or a camera equipment thing, dropped to the ground, and that's the reason England gained possession of the ball. When I saw the replay of this, it did look like the ball took some weird drop to the ground, but I don't know. Again, this is another situation where the camera angle isn't the greatest. So it's like people are going off of a camera angle that isn't super great. And it's like, it looks like there's something, but the VAR team went to their magical auto detection touch software and said there was no touch of anything during this cable incident, which is why Croatia is now out of the tournament. The magic touch ball simulation said there was no touch of the ball on any part of anything. They're saying there was no wave showing touches of anything, therefore the conversation is over. There's no need to check, no need to disallow. There is no detection from the ball to say that there was a touch from anywhere. Meanwhile, the keeper and the Norway team are saying the ball touched the cable, but their opinion doesn't really matter because you can argue any team would argue anything to the ref. I mean, there have been some blatant like corner kicks that have turned into goal kicks simply because players plead and be like, yo, no, it's a goal kick, ref, it's a goal kick. And then they get the call because they're all just pleading. And again, in this case, it's like the replay I'm seeing on social media right now isn't super clear, though from what I've seen, it could be the angle again. The angle's coming from behind the keeper, I believe. So it could look like the ball's dropping or it's not a great angle. So I don't want to say 100% it touched, but something did look odd about that video. So they plead to the referee. The referee's like, I mean, No one said anything to me. I can't really do anything about it. There's no wavelength on the balls meter shit. I mean, what is they gonna do? The ball said nothing happened to it, so the goal stood. England won the game. During the beginning of this tournament, the referees were letting the game just play on. Any pleas to the referee for fouls was like, go fuck yourself. And now that the games are getting more important, VAR is stepping in more. And obviously, more controversial conversations are being had. Was this worth it? Was this not worth it? Why is VAR stepping in for this? VAR didn't need to be involved in this. Yada, yada, yada. It's going to continue as the games get more important. Players are going to continue to plead for review because they know VAR is a thing. So, like, is this the way we want the game? Like, is this worth it for fairness when it seems like we're still missing stuff, potentially? My opinion on VAR, again, is like, for things like offsides and penalties, I think VAR is great. Outside of that, I think VAR kind of sucks most of the time. Personally. And this whole ball detection shit, I don't even care for it, respectfully. Like, I don't care. You're showing me some wavelengths on the screen, expecting me to be like, nah, yep. Like, I don't, sure. This whole tournament and the calls that have been made by VAR are almost always going to be like subjective once again, because most people watching don't know what the rules are in VAR protocol, why VAR decides to step in, why they decide to then get the referee to come review something. Because sometimes they'll hold the play for a check. Sometimes they'll check it during the game being played on. So it's like no one really knows definitively how this stuff works. So there's always going to be conversation about it. The people who know the ins and outs of these rules still say different stuff. So it's like, I really don't think we're there yet with this whole VAR stuff. And I am personally on the fence of, I don't think VAR should get involved for some of the stuff that it's been involved with this very tournament. You can argue it the other way. If we want the whole thing to be fair, again, just let VAR run the whole game. Let the VAR and the ball detection run the whole game. Fuck the central referee. Because you're clearly a human that's going to make a mistake. Fuck you. Let the VAR team run the fucking game. This game has been played for such a long time without VAR, in which players would sell contact to the referee, and it was up to that central referee or the linesman to decide whether or not they want to give this call. The players could beg and plead all they want. It was up to the central referee to stand on what he did or did not see, and that's just what it was. And that's fine, because sometimes refs see stuff, sometimes refs don't. Sometimes players sell shit to referees, and sometimes they actually have been given adequate contact for a call. That's just... Now we're adding VAR, so it's like, surely we're just seeing everything now. Whatever. Again, do you think VAR should do this or that? It's your opinion. There's clearly protocols that they're following. They didn't see no fucking touch on the ball. The conversation's over. They clearly saw a foul in the box for the corner, called the referee. It was a call. Whatever. That's the VAR protocol. You can decide whether or not you think it was worth the call or not, but that's the protocol, apparently. So, whatever. The game is now being dictated pretty heavily on VAR. And that's what is going to continue to happen as this tournament goes on, because this is a very important tournament for a lot of people. and they want it to be fair. So we're gonna see a lot more of these VAR calls. Some which some agree with, some don't, and that's pretty much it. I think VAR should be less involved and just let the central referee fucking use his eyeballs and his training. But he's a human being, right? So he's clearly gonna make a mistake, and he's gonna get the opportunity to go back on whether or not he made a mistake, and that's it. I think VAR is disgusting. It's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. I don't know how else to put it. It's a double-edged sword. Good in some areas, terrible in others. Always going to be subjective. Yeah, that's about it. Just make VAR. I don't know. Whatever, bro. I don't